We are back. For once, people, I'm crossing the road when it's green. I know a lot of you worry about my health, as do I. So I've decided to obey the rules, like all of the other good people here in London. An important starting point today, guys. Huge thank you. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Huge thank you to one particular viewer, very eagle-eyed viewer, who spotted a piece of footage of the Canadian girl getting bitten by Ormond. They spotted that footage having been spliced using AI into someone else's video. In other words, somebody had stolen the content. Now, I thought long and hard, they put it into a much longer video, a highlight of controversial clips. In other words, the usual spammy rubbish about the Kingsguard. And the scary thing about that is it was not a guards channel, it was a general sort of spammy channel that publishes all kinds of silly clips cut together to make money, fundamentally. No creative flair, nothing particularly original. So I thought to myself, what do I do? Let it pass, let it go, or make a copyright claim? And I thought, look, if a viewer is kind enough to draw my attention to the fact that someone's stealing content that I'm out and about filming, I'm almost compelled to report it and get the video removed. Anyway, that was nearly 3 days ago. This morning, I got a response from YouTube confirming that they haven't removed that piece of stolen content. They decided to remove the entire video that featured my stolen content. In other words, somebody that spent a long time creating a 20-30 minute spam fest of various clips stolen from myself and other people that film at horseguards thought they'd just monetize it and make some money. No. But the funny part, folks, is not the fact that they decided to do that and thought they could get away with it. Not with an eagle-eyed community like all of you, they won't. But that this morning they sent me a crying email. Oh, I made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. Can you please retract the strike? That's right, they got a strike on their Spam Fest channel. 3 strikes, bye-bye channel. So folks, thank you. In particular to the person, I did read that comment a few days ago. I forgot to mention it in yesterday's video because it was so busy. Huge thanks, folks. And if any of you spot any clips, doesn't matter if it's 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours worth of my content on other YouTube channels, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's changed around, cut into pieces, AI voiceover, it doesn't matter what it is. You all know my style, you recognize the way that I film. It's pretty distinctive. And I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but it's pretty distinctive. Even if they cut out my voice, you guys can kind of tell. I film differently to everyone else. Not in a bad or good way, it's just different. It's pretty unique. So, if you do spot it, either leave it in the comments with a link to the video, guys, that's the important thing, or if the link doesn't work, just post the name of the channel and the name of the video. And I will always, doesn't matter how long it is or which channel it is, however big the channel is, I will always report that as stolen content. And so far, out of the roughly 40 or so copyright claims I've made since I started this channel, the success rate in getting other material removed that has stolen, they call it borrowed content, is 100%. So anyone else thinking of stealing, go ahead, make my day, as Dirty Harry once said. Anyway, back to why we're here. It's exactly 11:30, bang on the dot. Look at this, look, bang on. Now, yesterday when I came out, I remember saying, hey, it can't possibly be any busier, crazier, madder than it was on, well, I mean Wednesday or Monday or whatever. I'm not going to say that today because I honestly don't believe we could surpass what happened yesterday, okay? Unless this guy decides to crouch down and relieve himself in the phone box, which hopefully will not happen. I can't see things getting any more, I don't know even how to describe it. I mean, yesterday was real head turner of a day. It was incredible. I think you'd all agree, one of my favourite days. I'm not sure how many of you watched toward the end of yesterday's video, but the end section with the last trooper who came on duty was arguably the highlight. 2 people, including a very entitled looking lady, got the royal boot yesterday afternoon. Yep, the trooper booted 2 people in the space of under 10 minutes. So not only do we have chaos, poppy collecting, fun, good humour, some very, very, very interesting people we spoke to yesterday, including one spammer who decided to try and get in my face, but extraordinary how it went. Look at this. Chelsea pensioner. Morning, sir. How's it going?
Not too bad, sir.
Pretty good, yeah? Are people being respectful? Any problems?
No backlashes.
That's good to hear. In fact, these days you never know, do you, when
We
you're
have
out and
to be
about?
careful what we say. Once I understand their accents, I can crack jokes with them. There's a people from just right outside Barcelona.
Yeah,
I said someone's got to support them.
yeah. It's very true, isn't it?
The biggest supported football team in Europe. Barcelona. It's sort of a joke, you know.
There's always a way to find a bit of common ground.
If you don't, that's right. Especially people from the northeast,
Yep.
which is football. I always want Middlesbrough.
It's a fun,
Middlesbrough,
but isn't it getting rare though to hear British regional accents in central London? I'm English myself. I'm shocked about how little we hear people from Brum or even further afield.
Yeah. I'm a Cockney, I'm Grenbourne.
I was going to say, you sound like Mile End, Bethnal Green.
Poplar.
Oh, Poplar, okay.
Which Welsh Poplar now, because it's now Canary Wharf.
Yep.
Yeah, my grandson, he was growing up, I told him that's where the canaries were brought in.
Yep.
And the budgies, that's where the tobacco, which is genuine. He said, about 12, he said, it wasn't called Canary Wharf. I said, no. I said, but you took till he was 12 to suss that granddad's wine.
Give a thumbs up to my viewers today. You're doing a super job. Here we are, chap. What's your name? Tony. I'm John. It's a pleasure. It's a military YouTube channel. I typically film at Horse Guards. I filmed some of your colleagues before.
Yeah.
People on the channel obviously have a lot of respect for what you guys have done and what you're still doing now, out and about in the cold, selling poppies. And this, for me, is what it's all about.
16 parachute workshops.
Really?
Yeah, 1959 through to 72, and then I went TA.
Thinking about you having a life like that before I was even born, humbling. Have a good day.
Disguise a beard, mate. It's a way it covers many sins. Take care, sir. I'll
You too.
record that.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. What an absolutely charming chap. Respect to Tony, folks. He was saying don't record what I was showing on my phone. What a scoundrel he is. East End boy, you could hear it from his voice. As he mentioned, born in Poplar. Lovely chap. That's what it's all about, people. Imagine that, out and about his age. I'm guessing he's going to be in his 80s, possibly closer to 90. And he's still out and about like a top man. That's a generation, guys, that is never going to be bettered, sadly. So let's focus on the positives. Tony and his friends and colleagues out and about in the fresh air. Today is the first day that I've got proper fleece on, folks. It's about 12 degrees. Still not quite cold yet. For me, the best part of the year is when you have to wear gloves to stop your fingers from freezing. That should be here by this time next month, but we're gradually floating down, degree or two a day, getting chillier. And for me, that's fine. I actually love it. And I can't wait until I have to wear a woolly bobble hat and, most importantly, woolly mittens. Oh yeah. Just a week to go, folks. A week to go. Not for this fellow, but until Remembrance Day. Now, tomorrow is the weekend, beginning of the weekend. I've noticed there are a number of tube line closures, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm still debating how on earth I'm going to deal with this weekend's videos. However, there don't appear to be any major protests, which, as we know, is incredibly unusual for a Saturday. In fact, incredibly unusual for a Saturday. So, all in all, should be a fairly solid weekend. And bearing in mind I haven't actually been at Horse Guards on a Saturday in, gosh, 3 weeks maybe, ish. I'm quite looking forward to it, everybody, between you and I. Don't tell anyone, but I am. Yeah. So, very interested to see which troopers the lifeguards have brought over. Have they swapped? Is there a new bunch? Bearing in mind they've got the longest weekend shift. So I arrived this morning, all day today, all day tomorrow, all day Sunday, and off Monday morning when the Blues of course will return. Good to see. Clean streets are what we need. Sweep away all the dirt and the trash. Everybody's waiting for a bus, but I think the bus services along here are not running as usual. Rarely do we get a crowd or queue that long. Okay, so we're approaching. And it's pretty chilly, guys, actually, as the wind blows. It really is. I'm surprised. This will be the first day that the troopers, I think, probably are extremely happy to be in their long coats. Yeah, I've noticed I'm seeing a few people with bobble hats already. And if you forgot to buy your bobble hat, here we are, London by night. Oh. Plus a random smiley tourist with his hand in the frame. London by night is the bus stop, not the name of the little stall there, by the way. Happy tour guide. You see his enthusiasm. He's delighted to be out and about this morning. Gosh, it's what's the word I'm looking for? A little on the busy side. That's the words I'm looking for. Now, how on earth are we going to get our way to the front, folks? If everybody spoke Italian, I could just scream out "Attenzione, passeggiatrici," and people would run aside, being worried, etc., about pickpockets. And the thing is, at the moment, there aren't any pickpockets. Okay, so this Trooper 1, which horse is he on? Gosh, it's a rather unique mark, actually running down the horse's face. Is it a Z? I can't remember, folks, and there were way too many people to risk taking the phone out this morning. So, we will press on. Let's have a little look around before we settle on a spot. Because if it's like this now, and the guard change at the palace hasn't even finished, then, whoo, it's going to be a bit of a busy one, folks, after the guard change, and we get a zillion more people on top of everyone that's already here. Let's try and sort of slowly meander our way through the crowd. Hey, morning. All good? Yeah?
No dismount today. At least this looks good as winter.
No, but wait, they never dismount when they're wearing long cloaks, because the cloaks and the sabre and the swords, yeah, it never happens. So no more dismounts until next spring, which is a bit annoying for the tour groups, but I mean, it's good for everyone else.
I talked it up and I was like, got here and I was like, oh, they're not doing it for some reason.
Yeah, I had to give them the bad news.
At least I know now. So.
Did any of them ask for a refund or? No refunds, no matter what. See you soon. Right, folks. Yes, no dismounts. That's right. Oh, her hair matches the guard's long cloak. It's quite impressive, actually. That's one of the spammers, by the way, guys. Now in our video. So that's our Chitsman today. The spammer just came and stood right next to me, like almost touching me. I'm sure that's some sort of intimidating tactic, but if it is, it failed miserably. So, police are ready. Hopefully they won't be needed. But most importantly of all, the troopers are ready. Ready for what, you might ask? Well, ready for obnoxious tourists. Which, to be quite honest, is something they shouldn't have to deal with as part of their duties, but we do see it a little bit too often here. I'm actually liking that trooper's stance, very sort of magisterial and authoritative. I'm not sure what it is actually, whether it's partly the long cloak or partly just his stance and the space between his boots. Right, I will try to focus as much as possible on the horses today, guys, simply because yesterday there was an awful lot of wandering around. Now it seems, thus far, that there are no special guests here at the moment. Doesn't mean there won't be some later, but for the moment we're clean and clear. So let's see what happens. Now, the horse with the very unique markings at the other end, folks, we've seen that horse before many times. I'm not going to bother checking because there are too many people around to get my phone out. Secondly, I'm not going to guess because yesterday, like a fall, has made me think it's Valerian straight off. Without paying attention, it transpired it was Wombat. This is why I'm very reluctant to use my sieve-like brain, folks, to try and recall the names of the horses. Wearing those little cute booties today, look. Cutie booty patootie. And this is day 2. That's right, folks, day 2 with what hopefully is going to be the very last version of the Don't Touch the Horse sign. I mean, given how beautifully that's done, I can't see how anybody can fail to understand the graphic. I've got, and you know, I'm a bit sort of noxious fussy about these things, but I've got nothing except praise for the final version. It really is splendid. And it should be. I mean, it was, 6 to 8 weeks in the making, that sign. It took a long time. In fact, I think it's been several months, maybe as long as 4 months, since they repainted the sign to replace reins with horse. Don't touch the horse. And after that, it was a while until they put in the ghastly dinosaur sign. And finally, we've settled on what actually does look like, but it doesn't look like, I mean it is, a glorious image, pictogram of a horse. Horse's head. So it's very busy, folks, looking to this side and the other side. Lots and lots and lots of people here. Will they come forward? No idea. I mean, we've got 15, 16, 17 minutes, give or take, until a change is due. Little pat for Horsey, who looks in fact remarkably happy and chill. Plus he knows he's a special boy because he's got those little boots on. I don't think the other horse is wearing those this morning. Now things we will get today 100%. Police horses, possibly even another view of Barbara, who we saw yesterday, for apparently the second time. However, that was the first time we've been introduced to her by name. We should also, I hope, have the gatesman moving. Now, the bell is due to bong in 1.5 minutes. When it does, we'll see. If he moves, great. We've got a day of gatesman activities. If not, it's just going to be the horses. But the difference in when people flood out, and you can see, look, they are flooding out. It's not that it's quiet here. Hundreds of people flooding out and standing, generally speaking, way back from the horse and the box. So much so that the horse is probably thinking, what is it? Did I forget to shave my armpits? What's the problem? Okay, so this lady decided to march straight into the box. I do like her rucksack though. If we're not so busy, I go the other side of the bollards and then we'll be able to get everybody posing to my right. Instead, they're coming just to the absolute edge of the box, like these ladies, getting their picture, etc., and then moving on. That's the bell. Does that equal the gatesman? It does, ladies and gents, and that also equals me moving to see what happens when he approaches. And given how many people we've got here at the front this morning, let's hope that they manage to move themselves out of the way, especially the lady with the push chair. He's got quite the march, this fella. Oh, Lionel Richie's here, guys. You know. I would just say in my video, you remind me of Lionel Richie from behind. It's that amazing hair. great to see everybody moving thoroughly and firmly out of the way really quickly, including Lionel. It's a shame actually that he was not facing us, because he's a very smiley, happy tourist. And that's our favourite kind of tourist, is it not? Okay, the police are not about to arrest the spammers, guys, sadly. That will happen hopefully quite soon. They're on their break, they're done. Why? Because the changeover has been completed. Next up will be the people arriving from Buckingham Palace. There will be lots and lots and lots and lots of them this morning, 100%. I mean, this is what we've got in the yard right now, before anyone's even arrived from Buckingham Palace. Look at it. It's hustly and it's bustly. And that, I think, is what we like. The busier it gets around the archway, the more likely it is that people are going to wander in. However, the old trooper's here, folks. What does that mean? It means that he'll deal with it if it happens. He's here to assist the new trooper. What a superstar, eh? But, and I hope I'm out and about when I'm his age, he's in his 90s. Being out and about keeps you feeling young and healthy and fresh. So it focuses your mind. Let's get ourselves a spot at this end. I mean, it might be easier said than done. And I'm also wondering, etc., at what time, potentially, quite a lot of spammers here today. We'll just insert ourselves slowly, folks, and yabber and jabber on as we usually do. As I mentioned before. Why? Because why not? That's why. So let's wait and see. I'm sure if I'm fully zoomed out, I am actually.
Ana, Rosa, no te veo.
I don't think Anna's going to get any closer. In fact, this is the first time we've got clear footage, guys, of this box with the new signage. Always happily taking snaps as well. But frozen, look. If they put up a sign saying the box has been electrified, without actually electrifying it, that might do the job. Paint it yellow with black horizontal lines through it. Oh, the other guy says told her that no, they can't go any closer. Why? I mean, there's a sign on the wall. Yeah, not allowed Spanish.
Also.
Yeah. Didn't work out for Anna this morning. Like, it's this white box they've painted on the floor, on the ground, for those of you that want to be super pedantic. We sort of use the terms interchangeably. I mean, dictionary-wise, yes, the definition of floor is a structure that's been created. Ground, the thing we stand on that is naturally present. However, we do tend to use the terms interchangeably here, correct or not. So sometimes I'll say floor, I mean ground. Sometimes I say ground, I mean ground. In other words, whatever I'm standing on, I call the ground or the floor. Simple. The other thing is, strictly speaking, we don't know what's beneath the cobbles that I'm standing on now. This could actually be the floor, guys. There is a subterranean level, which means that this structure is not actually the ground, it's a floor. So there, pedants, take that. This, I think, is going to be the new norm. People frozen in admiration. And the thing is, though, looking around, it's quite depressing to see how few people are wearing poppies. However, lest we forget, I would say probably more than 90% of everybody here are foreign tourists and visitors. The lady was so disappointed. That's the lady resting her head on her husband's shoulder, disappointed that her daughter couldn't touch the horse for a picture or get closer. But folks, you know, the rules are the rules, are they not? I don't know how strictly this trooper in particular would enforce them, and we might or might not get to find out in this video. There's no way of knowing, guys. It's actually a good thing though to see the other people, some other people, not all, but some other people here that film, pointing out to the tourists that look, at the end of the day, there is a sign, and it doesn't matter which language you can speak and whether or not you can speak English. Anyone can understand the sign. It really is that simple. It's like, I'm here, take my picture. Take my picture, including a stranger. That was like... Is that in the box? It's 50% in the box, I guess. Okay, I can, folks, now that I've got a little less people around me, try and give you very quickly horse's number. Well, the horse's name, sorry, I've got the number. Ooh, have I? I mean, I think I have. 1 second. It is one of our new Z beauties, in fact, who is so uniquely beautiful that Mr. Zadok here is getting his picture taken for Picture of the Day, which, for those of you that aren't aware of it, is posted on the London City Walk's Instagram. Need him to look at the camera. Mr. Zadok, look this way. Oh wow, he actually looked directly at the camera. He's a very grand and proud looking horse. He actually posed. You see that, guys? Frozen, looking directly at the camera. Yes, we know that you see Mr. Zadok. Watch those ears twitching. He knows. He knows that we know. Expecting the centre to stay relatively civilised if and until the crowds start rushing out the gate after the changeover. I'm reluctant to move simply because we're right in front of the post in the best spot and we've got 7 minutes until the change. It's a tricky one. I mean, I guess at worst way, folks, we could do a two-parter today. We'll see how it goes. Move back a teeny bit behind the bollards because the horse is a teeny weeny bit restless. Uh-oh. Being this far back gives us a bit of perspective snap because we can see the edge of the box on both sides temporarily. It's always crouching as they walk past. I always find that kind of cute, to be honest. Yeah, he's a little bit skittish, isn't he, this morning, this one? He's very close to the end. thing is, they're going to be opening the box doors very soon. I mean, imminently, to be fair. Even if he rushes out the front here, that's always like you just to stand there and sit as a photo op. The skittish horse. And he's huge. So no disrespect for the trooper, but the horse is going to do whatever he wants to do. There's that. Yeah, I think it's possibly going to be an issue when they open those back doors up shortly. The yard is very, very busy now. When they open up the doors, you'll see just how busy it is. No idea what Mr. Maroon was looking at. And people walking straight through the middle of the box. I wasn't sure whether, I wasn't sure if the horse had pushed the door open then, but no. In fact, the ex-army officer tour guide is right behind the horse in the yard. Even if the horse charges me, guys, I'm not going to move, because in front of me is an extremely sturdy metal bollard. What do we think? Is Horsey going to make it? 5 minutes we've got, give or take. I don't think we've actually, no, what am I talking about? Last week we had one change, didn't we? Pretty much 5 minutes from the end. He just quit. At least for the moment, people are being sensible enough not to get too close. Will that last? No idea. I think the guard thinks the horse will be fine for the changeover. Oh, real shouting in the yard today. Look at this. Look. Trooper's doing a super job. Look. You can probably hear him back. Look, there's just too many people in the yard. Completely chocker behind the horse. Got a good team of officers actually out today as well. You'll see in a minute some of our favourite officers are here today. Just that we're not bad enough. Bye-bye. The old trooper is actually helping out with the line today. That's the officer I was referring to in the yard. Look, telling everybody to get themselves back. Look how nice and clean and clear the line is. Meanwhile, right, here come the two new horses. I'm genuinely surprised actually that if we look over into the corner, the crowd is spilled out around the edge of the wall. Horses settle down fast. The blaze on this one is absolutely glorious. I wonder if it's a new one. 1 second. I'm going to have to ID the new horse that's approaching, folks. I say new, I mean new at the moment. I'm not sure if it's a new one for the list. That's a particularly perfect blaze. Zadok's looking depressed now. He's like, what does that mean? I'm not going to do a picture of the day anymore. And he's off. Oh, look at this. Charging it. Whoa. Almost charging into the box. And out of the box. Oops, see. Hold on, here we go. Well. Didn't even get time to take a picture of the hoof number. That was unexpected. I've actually not seen the crowd ever move so quickly before. Golly, that was fast.
You didn't expect it?
I was not expecting that, but wow, people moved back really fast, didn't they, that time? Goodness me. Yeah, that was shocking, folks. So it was us focusing on Zadok. The Lance Corporal of Horse is going to try to lead the horse into the box. Let's see what happens now. Bit of a zoom. Golly gosh, that was very much unexpected. Made me jump, to be honest. I'm not sure how it looks in the camera, but the horse got really, really close. Okay, number 2. First time I remember the Lance Corporal of Horse marching through the box. Look at this. Very rare scenes this morning. And I am way behind the bollards, guys. Let's see if I can get a quick picture of the hoof, so at least we know which horse it is. Settle this here. Is it a new one? Let's hope he settles. Maybe this one is jonophobic. I still haven't got the hoof number, folks, so Trooper's in the way. Oh, here we go, 1 second. Not believe it, folks. I got a crystal clear picture of the hoof number, but there's a problem. Look. Something too. No idea. I'll leave it to you guys to let us know which horse it is. They're also, interesting enough, changing over the gatesman and shitsman in the background, whilst horse is having his little meltdown. Yes, in some respects, we chose the right end, didn't we, for the changeover? Trooper's a very experienced horsewoman, so I dare say Horsey will settle down. It's going to be annoying if it is a new one because we can't see the number. Done that, but yeah, that's definitely been done on purpose. I thought actually, folks, it was some hay or straw that I got stuck on the front hoof, but no. Looking more close at the image, the first digit has been scratched off. Curious. That said, there are not too many options for that number. In other words, I know how many digits there are, and I know that it ends in a 2. So if one of you can post which horse you think it is in the comments, unless you absolutely 100% know, I'll cross-reference that with a list and then confirm that it is indeed the correct horse. I mean, it's going to be statistically probably about 1 in 8. Now, luckily, it doesn't look as though any of the tourists are going to march this way through the box. Lance Corporal of Horses coming back out again. Does that mean that they're going to take the horse off? He said walk him in. I'm not sure if that means walk him in done or walk him in and around again. Extraordinary scenes here this morning. We've never seen this with the NCO at the front giving instructions about how to take care of the horse. Army officers giving a glorious running commentary. This side, look, fully animated running commentary. So, horsey's back in, folks. They've taken him off. A massive number of tourists are about to come out the front gate. That was fun. Oh, good. I was watching your trying to listen to your commentary. Very skittish horse, eh? Right, folks. I'm not going to walk through the box. I'm half tempted to go to the other end because we've only got one horse. But I'm actually going to stay here. Why? Because what are the possibilities? Oh, there we go. It didn't take long, did it? Of somebody taking a shortcut through the box. There we go. And now everyone's going to do it. Watch. How predictable was that, ladies and gents? Let's be honest, it was very, very predictable. All we need now is for someone, or someone from this side, to cut through into that side. I'd understand it. I mean, possibly one day they might install some gates in the middle for people to exit via, but until that happens, oh, there we go. Told you, look. Are they going? Now it's a bi-directional box. Oh, joggers have found a shortcut. Unbelievable, isn't it, really? But predictable. Here we go. It's funny because when you see how much mess there is on the ground, and there is a lot, look, even the kids are like, I'm not going through there. Yet they still choose to go through there instead of walk through the front gates. How odd is that? Anyway, I'll stay here for a few minutes, folks. Keep us on box cam. And if they don't bring another horse out pretty soon, we'll go to the other end. Somebody's even taking a picture of an empty box on the right. Gosh, the predictability is it's extraordinary. We know someone with the luggage to decide to take a shortcut. A real nuisance actually that part of the hoof number was obscured. Well. We were expecting a completely normal day today, weren't we? I mean, I genuinely was, as you heard at the phone boxes. But as usual, I suppose always surprises and delights. Okay, into the aisle we go briefly, guys. Why? Because we want to get a good spot, ideally, for the new horse. The thing is, it might take 5 to 10 minutes just because they need to prep another horse. Bearing in mind the lifeguards only arrived over here a little while ago this morning, so there wouldn't be another horse, magically ready. Quite the opposite, actually. All the horses would have been unreadied after arrival and dismount in the stable area. Yeah, there's no new horse even in the tunnel, so it's going to be a while. Let's go back to the front, folks. Just looking at the crowds either side of the yard. I don't think there are going to be any issues in the yard, in all honesty. But that, typically, or more appropriately, that, if I put the camera up really high, is what the trooper sees, ladies and gents, during a typical shift, high up on the horse. Right. I'm not going to get completely in the throng, because if I do, the problem is going to be getting out of it again to focus on the new horse. But for the moment, this is what we're dealing with here. An absolute massive number of people. Now there's only one horse. Of course everybody's at this end. Look.
Menu?
Goodness gracious me.
Menu? Menu?
Imagine, folks, if this horse had a meltdown went into a crowd this big, there's not actually space for people to run away into. It's actually extraordinary that people are having to push through even to try and get close for a picture. What a scrum. Look. This is actually crazy for a Friday morning.
C'est là, c'est ça.
And the good thing, folks, is that as you can see, everybody is still being respectful of the box and the new signage. Thus far. Horse is frozen. He's like, I didn't sign up for this. Super is side-eyeing the crowd. A lot of people here. Oh. There we are. Didn't take long, did it? So at least we know the lifeguards are on it today. Get out of the box, please. Bye-bye. People are starting to move on. Still no new horse.
Very big horse.
Gotta get closer in a second, folks. Crowd's starting to thin a teeny bit. There we are. That's a little teeny bit better. Meanwhile, I hadn't even noticed the gatesmen emerging. Whilst we've got lots of police horses coming along as well. Okay, that's curious. Why is the gatesman going this way when there's no horse? I don't think he realised the horse has been taken off. That's extraordinary. What I think has happened is that he's gone over because he wondered why he couldn't see the horse. So in other words, he hadn't realised the horse had been taken off. That's curious. That's very curious, and probably a first. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Extraordinary. And the police are wondering what the hell is going on with all these people. Just as well the police horse didn't come through the yard. I actually thought for a second the gatesman went that way to take a shortcut through the box to get back to his post, because it's easier than trying to get through this lot.
Hello, John.
Oh, you made me jump there.
Do you remember us from the summer?
I do remember both of you from the summer, particularly your hair is what I remember from the summer.
Oh,
yeah, I
you
remember.
do.
I mean, we had only got one horse.
Oh, really?
One's quit and gone back inside.
Oh.
But the soldier just came out to see where his colleague was. Didn't even realise that he's already quit.
I said, let's hope we see you.
Oh, look at you, too. You're going to make me blush, ladies, again. Just like last. I've got like a little poppy here on the street. But I mean, look at this, because there's only one horse. It's just chaos, completely. Absolute madness.
Yeah.
But people have been really well behaved since they put the lines down and the new sign yesterday. Really well behaved. Finally, I think they might have solved it. They replaced on this side. See at the bottom, people are still coming through the box. At the bottom, no, go ahead. You go first. Well, that lady just wheeled a pushchair through the box with a kid in it.
No, it's yes, it's definitely a new one.
Finally got rid of that horrible medal thing they had before.
The other one was like tapping the head.
Plus,
but that's better.
It looks like a horse. It matches the existing wooden sign, doesn't it?
It does.
They did a good job. Yesterday they were hung. Yesterday was the first day with that new sign. So far, so good.
Yes.
It probably is. People are still marching back and forwards through the box. I don't get it. If you've got a kid in a pushchair, why would you want to get it covered in it
Yes.
when there's a gate right there?
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
What's your plan for today, ladies?
We
Well, it was our birthday Wednesday. We went out for a meal, but we want to do something in London because when it's our birthdays, we all go to London.
Okay.
So, because I'm on half term at the moment.
Oh yeah, exactly. Enjoying it while you don't need to worry about the kids, yeah?
Next year's the big one. I dread it. 17.
There's nothing. I was just going to say, you don't need to be scared about hitting 40. You know that's going to happen.
when you touch 70, mate, it's terrible.
No, but it's funny because I don't know about you, but when I look around and see people that are in their 70s or 80s, or even the old trooper who's 91 odd, for some reason I seem to remember people looking older when I was a kid.
Yes.
People look quite young these days when they're
They do.
60, 70, 75, 80. Yeah, I'm hoping I look that fresh. I'm not going to tell you about how old are my ladies, come on. I'm not going to tell you, I won't confirm it, but come on, give me the hard truth. What do you think? As long as it starts with a 2, I'm okay.
Oh, you look 21.
No, I'm nowhere near. Nowhere near.
I'd say
Go on.
probably late 40s, early 50s.
I'm not never talking to you again. Right, I'm out of here, folks. It was nice to speak to the lady.
I've offended you now.
Let's just say that you weren't a million miles off. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but don't say it.
No, I won't.
You're only 2 years older than me.
Wait, so that makes you 34?
No.
I'm trying to confuse the viewers. Viewers, it doesn't matter how old I am. Point is, I'm young inside. That's what matters, isn't it?
That's it.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's it. Young that up. To me, I feel like I'm still in my late 20s.
That's the best and worst part about being super healthy as you get older, because you still feel like that youthful soul inside. But then the limitations in certain ways in terms of how you can behave or how much energy you've got are there, aren't they? Unfortunately. Yeah, I've started to notice that myself recently. But good to see. That's one of the only poppies.
Is it?
If you look around, I mean, okay, a lot of people here are foreign tourists, but really disappointing how many people are not buying them.
One of the new ones, because where I work, they fetch in the poppies in for the early.
Yeah.
and I had one of the new ones, which was like just the paper. It fell off the smallest.
He's on the train.
Yeah, they just
And
blow
I
away,
thought,
don't they?
Yeah, so I thought I'd get one of these.
Yep.
And I got a cross to put on my dad's grave headstone. Do that.
These are the right choice. Here we go. Look at this, ladies. Perfect timing.
Yes.
Folks, here comes the new horse.
Let's get back here.
And you get above the ladies that are filming in front. Some tourists that are way in front of the bollards. Okay, so that's a new horse. Which horse is it? No idea. That's quite fortuitous, actually, being right in the right spot at the right moment. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get the name quickly. I'll tell you the name if I can see which one it is. Okay, the placement looks a lot more relaxed. Second, folks. Right, let's have a quick look. So it is. I've got that clearly. So guys, so many tourists pushing through it. 1 second. We've now got Tristan. Yeah, Tristan, his name is. No, the two twin troopers are in the other regiment, in the Blues and Royals. Yeah. To be honest, it's very rare to have a lady lifeguard. Not only about, I think, last count maybe 6 or 7, but very rarely do we see lady or female lifeguards in the boxes. They're most often in the archway, so pretty unusual morning this morning.
As we was coming through, there was a train by the museum, there was a Chelsea pensioner, and I was talking to him, and he said he was in the lifeguard.
Oh really?
Yes.
It's a pity I missed him. Today's video started with me walking and talking with a Chelsea pensioner at that end. But in fact, he did mention he definitely wasn't in HCAV. It would be great to speak to a Chelsea pensioner who was in HCAV. He's at the
He
Paxton.
was by the museum.
How long ago was that?
No, less than that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to pop through actually and see if he's still there and have a word with him.
Anyway, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, yeah?
Yes.
And I can't believe you're what you said you are. You don't look it, I tell you.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
the spirit, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Hope we see you again.
Yeah, 100%.
Take care.
Nice to see you again.
Take care, everyone.
I will.
See you soon,
Always
okay?
do, don't I?
Bye, ladies. Right, 1 second, guys. Let's go and see if we can see the Chelsea pensioner. If he is ex-HCAV, I will ask his permission. If it's okay to get... Oh, 1 second. Is this the chap? 1 second. Oh, he's gone through the other gate. Damn it. Just... No, I can't be that unlucky. In fact, we've spoken to him before. Never asked him which regiment he was in, but we have spoken to him before. And it looks... 1 second, I think he had... I couldn't see, actually, 2 or 3 stripes? I can't see. Damn it, it's too many people. That was so unlucky. Just we're heading through. He's coming the other way. Let me just see 1 second. Sorry, excuse me. It's so hard to manoeuvre through everybody. Just too many people. Sorry, Liz, I can't run after him. It's not fair. He might have had a busy morning. Next time. That was so unfortunate. It would be remarkable to speak to... Sorry, guys, it's so hard to walk through all these tourists this morning. It would be remarkable to speak to a Chelsea pensioner who could tell us some tales of daring do from possibly as early as the 50s and 60s. Imagine the world that he will have looked over, gazed over. Back then, extraordinary. Okay, so at the other end, so we know Tristan has come out to replace the other horse. I think I took about 15 pictures in quick succession of the quitting horse. Problem is, as I said, that hoof number is a real mess. So I'll leave it to you, ladies and gents, to hopefully ID the nervous horse. It wasn't one that looked familiar to me, but then what do I know? I don't think I'm the guy that confused Wombat and Valerian, so I think it's better that I give up on naming any of the horses unless I'm absolutely certain on which one it is. I mean, I did say this video would focus primarily on the horses, and I didn't lie, did I, in the end?
Vas-y, avance. Vas-y. Viens. Viens, on va prendre.
When we get a moment, I'll see if I can grab you the number at this end and a positive idea on the last horse. Okay, it is. 1 second, folks. Revolver, who you would not believe has the highest number in, just doing it before I say HCAV, in the lifeguards, not in HCAV. There are horses with a higher number than Revolver, but he is the highest numbered horse that we are aware of in the lifeguard regiment. Revolver. A lot of the horses have 3-digit numbers, but his is the highest in this regiment. Until they bring in a new one and start using very high numbers. Be interesting actually to see whether we ever end up in the 200s, because despite there being more than 200 horses across the 2 regiments, because there are 2 regiments that collectively together form the Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment, each regiment uses a lot of the same numbers. So for example, there are a lot of horses, for example, 85 or 115, and you'll have one in the Lifeguards and one in the Blues and Royals. So I don't know if we'll ever reach a 200 unless they stop recycling the numbers and just move upwards. They were kind of filling in gaps actually with some retired horses. Okay, so the tourists that have just come out the front gate, these girls have just been like, wow, look, horses. Look. See the look of delight on their face. None of them realised that the horses were here. Love it when that happens. So Revolver, what a beauty, eh? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Don't be shy. Lots of people going to get pictures in front of the archers with the trooper, but, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that, other than the video where people were going in when it was raining the other day, I don't think anyone in the last 3 days has been shouted at or told to get out of the arches. In other words, people are behaving a hell of a lot better than ever before, to be quite honest with you. And even when it looks quiet, because I'm putting the camera on the horse, it is never quiet anymore. The only disappointing bit though about where to put the camera and so on is I've noticed, looking at the time on today's video, how on earth, folks, are we almost at the end? Like what? I thought we were about half an hour in. An hour ago we were speaking to the Chelsea pensioner, Tony, at the red phone box. Extraordinary. This place is like the Twilight Zone. You arrive and then boom, it's gone. Been a while this since I remember actually having a fright myself and moving back so fast. I'm really keen to see what that footage looks like when the horse had his little meltdown moment and just kind of zoomed. Look at this, look. Spammer just arrived with the very large other spammer next to her. Tripod, she's just setting up. Look, an actual tripod, physical tripod on the floor. Meaning she'll probably stand and film there for God knows how long. Meaning that no one else is able to enjoy a picture directly in front of the horse because she and her tripod, in fact both the spammers have got tripods, look, 2 tripods on the ground. Extraordinary, isn't it, really? Busy, look, it's busy spamming away. Anyway, here comes the gatesman. Let's see if this time he'll go over to his colleague, or is he going to come this way, I wonder? In fact, neither. Straight back in. Anyway, folks, from myself and the spammers, we're almost at the end. Let's have a quick wander along. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, that's the way it is. Look, see the two of them. I don't know if they know each other working together, but two spammers right in front with tripods that are open, feet on the ground, right opposite. Look, not even paying attention, just filming. Hours and hours and hours. People, it's not right, is it? It definitely isn't. But hopefully, at some point soon, that will be banned. So, closing shot today will be in the yard, ladies and gents. Why? Why not? I mean, it's still incredibly busy. I'm just a bit sad that the time passed so quickly. In some respects, maybe it's better actually that we didn't encounter the Chelsea pensioner for an interview, because I would have hated to have had to cut him short to finish in the usual allotted time. We'll have a quick wander through the tunnel while we're here, though. So I don't actually think the crowds are going to get any less considerable as the day goes on. Goodness me. And we're out in the Lyde. I'd actually love to be one of these tourists that have arrived here for the first time. Walk across the gravel, through the tunnel, not knowing what's at the other side. In other words, the two foot guards and the two boxmen. It's the entrance to the museum, folks. A lot of you will know it, some of you will not. I'll go back through the tunnel and finish today's video. Anyway, the good news, people, is that even though there is a massive issue tomorrow with transport, yours truly, your faithful representative here on the ground, will do his very best to be out and about tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a while since I was here on a Saturday, so it's my duty to be here tomorrow, and that's the plan. Now, I did say the final image would be of the yard, and here it is. The yard. Oh God, here we go, look. Let's get a couple of stupids at the end, didn't we? Pretty much inevitable, but never mind. Not sure why on earth you think that's funny when it's absolutely not, but I think they're laughing at their own reflections. Anyway, folks, pity that we ended on that, but overall, pretty good morning. Back soon, people. Bye for now. Can we get a little photo?
Just hang on a minute.
Yes, hang on a minute, Frank. Bye, guys.